everybody? I've had a lot of questions about triangle wars. How do you know what items to use, what works best, how do you set up, etc. So I'll kind of go over it. We made it to the finals versus TOP and OSM. Both good people. Had plenty of conversations with multiple people over here. I've been carrying on a conversation all day with their top guy here. Uh, it's actually really nice and surprising that the final round we don't have a Castle 41 to go against. So it actually makes the smaller castles get to have a little fun. So just kind of wanted to go over items real quick. You got some items that are offense and some items that are defense. On defense, your bread and butter are these two here. A landmine kills 16%, regardless of whether it's a Castle 20 or a Castle 41. Your bombs, 13% of the enemy. So the more of those you have, the better. And I'll kind of go in here and explain it. So if we have, say, this guy here, he's at like a 2.8 million fleet. I told my people, if you're under a 2 million or a 3 million bomb landmine, if he ended up putting a purple item on and we faced a 38, which there's one in this event, purple item against a 38 to 41, you're probably going to kill less than 1,000 troops. This is far more beneficial for the smaller players because he'll kill 16% of the troops when they step on it versus running a spendier purple item and killing less. It makes no sense. So let's go back to the items. You get in here. A mirror is a good item. You only get 67% of your main, but the benefit is, oh geez, what did they do? I went all the way back. So in each island, you can only run 10 people, 7 islands, so a total of 70 people. I believe it is you can place 10 extra mirror items. So instead of fighting with 70 people, essentially you're fighting with 80 people. So that's a huge advantage, especially if you're a big boy like me and Rod have them. 7 million mirror, but it's 67% of the stats. That's still running a 4 or 5 million fleet. And then cluster bomb that we have here, the cluster item, it ends up stacking. So the more you have in the same island, they stack. You end up getting that total attack and HP 8% in addition. So if you're the last guy in the island, you stack it times 10 people. That's a good chunk of change increase in attack and defense. Or HP, sorry. The attacker has the advantage in gold items. So you use your absolute defense, you end up getting a 14-second, nobody can touch you. The energy storm is an 18-second. So the only way you can end up beating, well, not the only way, but the main reason if you're equal power that the energy storm will win is it's got a 4-second advantage. So as soon as the absolute defense drops on the castle, the attacker still has a 4-second attack with the energy storm boost. And then I prefer personally the Warpath Legacy. It doesn't show it stacks here, I noticed earlier, but it does. So it works the same as the cluster mine, but you end up getting where is it here? The total HP and defensive troops times 10%. So if you end up going into the island and say me up here And all these guys down below me ran the Warpath Legacy like this. It not only works for the person using it, but then it carries to the largest person in the island, which would be me. So you could have 10 people end up using that. It would help them, and then it would travel to the strong person. So that's extra statistics. But um, I also like to end up placing, let's see, I'll back out one. I like to place one big person, see if I can find my pointer on here, one big person in each island. That way your opponent will have to use a big person to draw them out, or several small people. So if you put a big guy here, these guys would have to use, 4, 5, 6 people to drop it, or one of their big boys would have to come out, and then he's trapped in that island until it gets cleared. The mistake a lot of people don't understand, and I've had so many questions on it, they're like, well, why don't you stack all the power in here? Why do you leave those so bare? Well, the only way into A island for the double points is through B and C. There's no connection here. D does not connect to A island. So if you put all your meat and potatoes in these two, then they're not going to clear. This match has been really good. Um, these guys kind of bowed out. They messaged me and said they were going to take it easy, even though they're the strongest in the group. They've got a billion BP. These guys are at 900, and we're the small guy at 800. But kill ranking, we're all about the same. But if you notice, the attackers, right now we are tied. So even if their top guy right here went on a run, we would be tied, and then it would come down to the place of who killed more troops. But there's no way he's going to clear the rest of our board. And I didn't want to post this video too early, show the islands and give them an advantage of what we have where. Good people, good conversations, the last 24 hours with both guys. Um, me and him been conversating quite a bit late last night and early this morning, but so it's tied. In order for them to win, they can't use any more attackers. Clear 2 ultra shields, 2 mirrors on this side. Oh, wrong setup. I was on the other side. So still got me in an ultra shield, 2 mirrors, 2 ultra shields here, and 2 mirrors. So we luckily pulled out the W. Like I say, not taking anything away from these guys. They did a hell of a job. But we're going to pull out the victory. The main thing is look at your items, pay attention to what these do here. Don't end up just throwing out a purple item because it's a purple item on defense. These are much more efficient for the smaller members. Stack the board with mirror. It's only 67% of your fleet, but it's an extra person. On attacking, this is a really good one. Increases your attack statistics, but then you also recover 3.5% of your troops. So if you're a big boy and you're hitting smaller cities, you're essentially losing nothing. Gas bomb is always good, kills 2% up to 13 seconds. So if you last a decent amount of time, you're going to end up killing 26% of a giant. Smaller members hitting bigger cities, that's what you would use. This is also a bread and butter. It splits your fleet. Use smaller members to hit and trip landmines. Then it also reveals your target so you can see what's behind it, so you know who to send next. And just read all of them. These are 20% reduction, 20% defense. etc. But the main thing is this game is strategic on how you set up not only how you attack in what order with what items, but how you set your board. Um, and participation is key. Like I said, we're the smallest guys in this group. Um, these guys are medium, but they got the largest castle out of everybody here, largest castle level, I should say. And these guys are just overall BP, but BP doesn't mean nothing. The game's about single fleet power. Um, but that hopefully answers the questions that I got from many people this morning. They were wondering, how can you see that they can't win? And I would be, okay, the only guy that's going to beat this guy is that guy, but it's going to cut his fleet. He would run into this guy after the fact, and even if he used a revive coin, this guy and this guy is going to drop him. It just comes with playing the game over time. I didn't even get a kill. I was the last one on standby. Um, I mean, I only did a couple of attacks. I'm way down there. We got our other strong castle 11 that still has a full fleet, just used a scout, and we still have 12 other members, and we cleared. But anyway, like I said, congrats OSM, congrats TOP. Good chatting with you guys. Good round, and have a good day.